two incredible pieces of farmland in Watsonville and Santa Cruz. On this land, FoodWhat uses organic farming, nourishing food, and loving community as vehicles to grow on their own terms and in lasting ways. Youth grow, cook, eat, and distribute healthy food while contributing their expertise and energy to addressing justice issues that they are most impacted by. Each year, FoodWhat works with an exceptional group of young people. They are curious, passionate, resilient, yet often experience unequal access to critical resources to support their development. Through FoodWhat, youth are challenging these inequities by infusing the FoodWhat farms in Santa Cruz County with their power and leadership. Youth use their strength to access opportunities that lead to anything from radical diet change, to critical job training, to personal growth, to taking a role in addressing social problems that confront all of us. Many youth share that through FoodWhat. They find healing, inspiration, and family. So please join me on behalf of EcoFarm in presenting this Justie to FoodWhat. I'd like to welcome up FoodWhat's founder and director, Daron Comarchero, as well as Uriel Reyes, a past FoodWhat alumni who is now on staff.
Let's do this. When we say food, you say what? Food. What? Food. What? Food. What? All right, all right. Thank you, James. Wherever you went, looking fly in your Hawaiian shirt for this beautiful intro. This is really a special moment in time for FoodWhat to be receiving this award, to be seen by EcoFarm in this way and by all of you in this room tonight, and for a larger community for this justice work that we've been doing. And so we thank you. 13 years ago tonight, actually here in EcoFarm, FoodWhat was launched. A lot of people don't know that. The seeds were planted years before, but it was here that Abby Bell and I reconnected at the dance at Merrill Hall and decided to combine forces to create a youth program through food and farming, having recently spoken to leaders doing youth work in our Santa Cruz community and hearing that there was a need. It was here at EcoFarm 13 years ago tonight that with much longer hair, I ran around the conference grounds putting up green signs saying, Santa Cruz Youth Farm, coming soon, with a big request for land, resources, and connections. And this month marks the start of FoodWhat's 13th year. As an organization, we have moved from birth through adolescence and now into our teens. As an organization, we are now the age of the youth we serve, and there's a synergy there. And none of this would have been possible without our rich constellation of partners and supporters and cheerleaders and FoodWhat family. So I'd like to offer, on behalf of our team, a very heartfelt gratitude to the folks at the UC Farm and Garden, to Life Lab, to Tom Rose and Live Earth Farm, to my amazing wife, Kirsten, who's been an incredible support and sounding board and a farm mentor to our entire crew, and to our stellar staff. We've grown from a party of 2 to a party of 8. These magical folks up here, Irene, Kayla, Bruno, Mary, Mariah, Puyi, Uriel, Miguel, Ostolia. These folks do everything in their power daily to work with youth, to take down barriers to their success and growth, to create safe space, to work with youth on their own terms, to heal, to build community, to see their resilience, to own their agency, and to move towards liberation. In the opening blessing Wednesday night, I learned more from Val Lopez's remarks about how the Amamutsin people, the native peoples from the land FoodWhat farms in Santa Cruz County, were great stewards of the land. On behalf of our team and the youth who walk your land, I'd like to offer respect, honor, and gratitude for that stewardship, and offer our commitment to always strive to uphold that sacred relationship. +20 years ago, one of my mentors and a woman that I love dearly shared with me some words of wisdom in her community garden. And she told me how gardens are the great equalizer, how they are spaces for all people. That conversation has had a lasting impact on me, personally, and in the creation and growth of our organization in our work of creating safe and liberatory spaces for all youth and all people. So I thank her. I'd like to turn over the mic to a FoodWhat alum who's now on staff, Uriel Reyes, to share some thoughts. Thank you.
Well, it feels like the first time again getting up here and speaking in front of people. I joined FoodWhat in 2014 as an intern and then went on to do their summer program and currently part of their staff. And so I'm just going to jump into it really quick. When we have a conversation about what is empowerment, sometimes we get caught up in the logistical parts of it. We try to give it a definition, we try to give it a meaning, we try to make it some sort of success. But what FoodWhat does, which is very beautiful in my opinion, is strip that away. FoodWhat isn't there to make categories of what is success, what is empowerment. Instead, what they are doing is providing a space where any individual can walk in and take out what they see fit for themselves. And for me, that has been public speaking, that has been educating others. And so, my successes after FoodWhat range from being really happy working in the fields to my latest accomplishment, being a campaign manager for the new mayor of the city of Watsonville. And so, just to paint a bigger picture of just how I perceive my type of empowerment and my self-agency, I want to share with all of you a very personal story. And so, I decided to take my skills, take what I've learned, and go work with migrant students who are still learning English. And because I want to be an educator, I want to give back in that way to my community. And so 8 of these students, they were invited to participate in a national speech and debate competition. And so something I've been really excited to always do is speak and advocate. And so, the competition was coming around the corner and I talked to the girls. I said, let me hear your speech. Let me see what you have. And they tell me no. And so I asked them why. I'm not gonna, judge you or anything, but they told me that they weren't ready. They weren't prepared. They had no practice. And so I was shocked. So I stepped up and I took the initiative to be their coach. And so to make the story short, we go to the competition, they compete, and they're announcing 3rd place. And it wasn't them. The girls looked devastated. They weren't even eating at that point. They announced 2nd place. You should have seen their faces. It was so heartbreaking. And I don't think they thought they were aiming for 3rd place, honestly. That's what they had told me on the way there. And so, in a brief moment, they call out 1st place. They call our district number, they call our Pajaro Valley district. And for a second, I started thinking to myself, who is that? And then the girls, they were just staring at me. And then the people next to us from because this is a national competition. We had San Francisco, Los Angeles, you name it, they were there. The table next to us said, "Guys, that's you." And it still took me a second to realize it. But before I knew it, all the girls were standing on front in the stage receiving the award. And they were like, "Are you gonna take pictures?" And so I wanted to share this with all of you because empowerment to me is also building this space, because I didn't write that speech for those girls. They took the initiative. They took the tools that I offered to them, and they made the speech, and they were the ones that won that competition, not me. All I did was guide them through that path of how to make a speech, but they took that self-empowerment, and that was the biggest gift I gave to them. And so I want to end the night with giving you all this responsibility. Why don't we all take it upon ourselves to create an environment, whatever it may be, whatever shape or size that may take for each and every one of us, but let's make a space where we can empower an individual in their own special need. Because every individual will need something different and something out of not ordinary, right? And so, in this way, we can work towards building a more sustainable future. And that's the type of community I want to see for the next generations to come. Thank you.